My name is Dane Schickman. I'm the chair of the United States National Security Council of NAIMUN. So the first question is, what's my chairing philosophy? What's my chairing style? And I think, my style as speaker is big personality. I think it's really important for any chair to really inject their personality into the process. Obviously, it's a minimum to be able to direct debate, to moderate, to be able to facilitate a lot of complex transactions going on with resolutions being written, directives, with people motioning to take off amendments or so forth. So it's a complicated process. At a minimum, you got to be able to manage that. But at a maximum, you got to be able to inject your personality so that the delegates feel connected to you, and that makes it so much more of a fun experience.
Hi guys, my name is Alex Bozzetti. I'm a senior at Georgetown and I'm chairing the World Health Organization here at NAIMUN. It's my chairing philosophy. I like to rule committees with a strong but also understanding hand, I would say. The delegates we have are great, and it's really all about making their solutions come to the fore of the committee. I try and encourage delegates to build consensus whenever possible. Earlier today we had 7 working groups, and that kind of reality isn't reflected in the actual World Health Assembly, so we're really trying to get delegates to merge down into 2 or 3 working groups and build a resolution, build a consensus on our topic, multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, that would actually be reflected in the real body.
What do you do to actually go from 7 to 3?
From 7 to 3, a lot of encouraging. Merger is a word that has been thrown around a lot for the past few minutes, but just meeting with individual caucus groups, talking to others, polling the room occasionally just to see how many working groups we're dealing with is something that's helped us.
Cool. Go for it.
Hi everyone, my name is Delegate and I'm chairing Spectacle at NAIMUN this year. When I chair, I really try to inspire kids as Molly Wynn has inspired me. And experiences I've had abroad are something that I always talk about with my staff and my entire committee. I think sometimes we get really disillusioned and somewhat distressed when we witness the atrocities around the world. And something that Molly Wynn has taught me is that we can come together and collaborate, and we have to be idealistic about certain things. As GAs in particular, we're not allowed to set policies, we can recommend, and these recommendations have had real impact around the world, so that's what I try to articulate to our kids.
The second question is, what makes a good delegate? What do I look for in delegates? And I think that I differ from a lot of other chairs in this, and I look for leadership qualities, right? The person that's best able to mobilize other people under them to get things done. And that doesn't mean that you're the first person to write a directive. It doesn't mean that you are the only person that writes the most. If you're able to be the person that's contributing ideas, but also synthesizing everybody else's ideas so that it works with the most amount of people, and that's the person that's going to be the most successful leader. And that's really what we do in Bollywood. We prepare leaders to go into groups of people and get things done. So that's just my philosophy of what makes a good delegate and what makes a really successful chair.
We're looking for delegates that are passionate about the topics and knowledgeable about the topics, first and foremost. The issues we're debating, drug-resistant TB and the health and indigenous peoples, are moral issues or scientific issues, political issues that affect more countries in this world than they don't affect. And it's really important that delegates translate their understanding of that moral and political reality into debate. So obviously the more knowledgeable the better, but the delegates that are best in our opinion are the ones that combine passion with knowledge.
What I look for in a good delegate is a combination of both thought leadership and also in that I mean creative solutions to the issues that we're addressing in this committee. And I also mean more blatant leadership in terms of working hard on mod and sort of leading a group. I always look for people who are writing and taking in input from others and not just simply trying to put all of their ideas down, but actually listening and taking input from everyone else.